What's good? It's your boy Jay, that's me. We're going to dive into NXT from October the 14th, 2025. A pretty okay show for the most part. We are 2 weeks away until Halloween Havoc, so we got a bunch of matches already set for that show. So that's a really good thing. So this was a really good episode for the most part. And we are going to talk about the recent releases, NXT releases that happened over the weekend, mainly on late Friday night. So we will talk about that too. But first, we're going to go ahead and get into NXT. So we kick this off with Ricky Saints. He shows up. He gets a pretty good reaction. He talked about what happened at Showdown and everything. He said that he knew that Trick Williams was going to fold into pressure, talking about how he walked out last week. Ricky says that he's not going to lie. The night he won the NXT Championship, everything became very, very clear to him in that moment. Immediately, when he held the NXT Championship, he said that Trick Williams, for him, it's not been very clear whatsoever. He says, for a guy who built this place, for a guy who says he's the face of NXT, you haven't been tidying up after yourself. Your ass went and abandoned this place, and you think you're above it all. You're delusional, you're crazy, you're stupid. So then Ricky Saints then challenges Trick Williams to a match for the NXT Championship. He wants to give Trick Williams a shot at the championship at Halloween Havoc. So Trick comes out. He says that it's not his fault. He didn't get the job done last week when he left NXT. He says, but the truth is you walk around here telling everybody that you're the man. You're the one carrying the brand. The truth is you're just following in his footsteps. And we all know these size 15s are too big for you. That was a good line right there. You've been grinding your whole life, just so you can be the man here. Trick didn't wait in line. He's the MVP. He's the VIP. As soon as he pulled up in the spotlight, as soon as he pulled up, he was in the spotlight. And he knows that Ricky can't stand that because he's doing everything you wanted to do, except he's looking better than you while he does it. He says, you're pressed. You're mad. I know you're mad. You're so mad you want to put the NXT Championship on the line. So you want Trick Williams to be a 3-time NXT champion? We're going to do this on his time. So Ricky then retorts by saying it's perfectly fine because this fantasy land that you live in, he's going to burst that bubble and he's going to show you exactly why he's Ricky Saints. So good stuff there. Really good promo. This wasn't but about a good 5 minutes. So a really good way to kick off the show. This is good. I like this. I really do. Hopefully, Trick and Ricky, they feud for the remainder of the year. And then maybe next year, going into January for TNA's Genesis, maybe we'll go back to Trick and Mike Santana, the rematch at Genesis next year. So maybe that's how they'll play it out. But this is a good way to kick off and start their feud. Moving on from that. So Javon Evans and Leon Slater, they bicker about the conclusion of their epic match at Bound for Glory. They got nothing to do with Darkstate. The Hardyz show up. Jeff tells the guys to not take things personal because what Darkstate did was a shot at the Hardyz. Matt points out that they took Leon under their wing, and Javon is also from North Carolina. They tore the house down at Bound for Glory and gave the world a sneak peek of the future of pro wrestling. At Halloween Havoc, it's going to be the Hardyz, and they're going to have a rematch against Darkstate. They're going to lay some recipes. They're going to lay in some receipts for the youngest and the young OG. And Javon tells the Hardyz that him and Javon always have their back. Okay, that's fine there. Good stuff. I do like this. I figured they were going to do Javon and Leon Slater as a tag team. That's where they're looking to go with this. And apparently, rumor has it that they might end up doing the match at Halloween Havoc. You never know. So We've got a little bit of time, maybe about a week and a half left until the event, so we got some time there. So we have to wait and see how things play out. Moving on. So we get a NXT anonymous clip. It's Jordan Grace. She's having an argument with Kalani Jordan for whatever reason. Kalani said that Jordan didn't call the match down the middle last week. Kalani says that Jordan feels some type of way because she has yet to win a championship in NXT. Also, Kalani knows that Jordan made the TNA Knockouts title prestigious, but she was a big fish in a small pond, which is true. Kalani's living with the Sharks. Jordan says that she's the only reason Kalani became Knockout champion because without her, there would be no NXT TNA relationship. Jordan tells Kalani that she'll see her in the Battle Royal. Okay, this is good. I like this. I really do. It seems like they might turn Jordan heel. It seems like that's what they're probably going to end up doing. I don't know. Maybe they're just testing Jordan right now because, spoiler alert, she didn't win the Battle Royal. That was won by Tatum Paxley. Sorry to spoil it, but it is what it is. But Jordan did not win. So could it be at Halloween Havoc, maybe she goes after Kalani for the TNA Knockouts Championship? Maybe that's what they're going to end up doing. I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. But that's a really good observation that I had. And it's a really good thought I was just thinking of out loud. Moving on. This leads us into the first match of the night. Matt Cardona versus Josh Briggs. I did not care. Didn't watch this at all. The winner of this match was Josh Briggs. I don't care about this shit at all. I have no idea why they continue to push Josh Briggs. Shawn Michaels, please stop pushing Josh Briggs. He fucking sucks, all right? He's okay in small doses, but I would much rather him be on Evolve. All right, moving on. This leads us into Hank and Tank. They're chopping it up backstage with Lyra Valkyria and Chase U in the back. They have a conversation about who should face the Hardyz or Darkstate after Halloween Havoc. Lyra wants to know if they've seen Tatum Paxley around. Izzy Dane prevents Tatum from hugging Lyra. So Izzy says that the Calling are the only worthy tag team becoming the new number one contenders. Hank and Tank suggest that they have a triple threat match. Izzy says after that she wins the Battle Royal, she'll become the new number one contender to the NXT Women's Championship. So what about Tatum? Lyra asks. Izzy says that she'll be with her every step of the way. Okay, that is fine there. This is okay, I guess. Moving on. So we get a Fatal Influence promo. And they talk about how the group was formed and everything else. And that they've main evented pay-per-views. And they've won championships. Shocking moments. Main event after main event. So they did tell us why Jasmine Nix is no longer there. It's because Lanny Reed took her out. So Lanny Reed says that these two women are titans in this division, and she's watched them ascend all the way to the top. And yet, she bit off more than she can chew, but falling short against JC only made her realize that in order to get like her, she needed to follow her. So JC says that, and you took it one step further, win at all costs, just our style. Lanny Reed, welcome to Fatal Attraction. You've earned the spot. You've earned your spot. So, that's cool there. Good stuff. I do like that. Good shit. Glad that Lanny Reed is a part of Fatal Influence. And it does seem that Jasmine Nix is done with pro wrestling. It does seem like that. Although you never know. I really do think that she could have a really flourishing career outside of pro wrestling. I think she'll be okay. Whether she decides to do modeling or her own business or whatever, I think she'll be fine. I really do. She's still fairly young. She's in her 20s, so she could always come back to pro wrestling, so you never know. On Jasmine Nix, I'm going to say never say never. So we could see her back in a ring maybe in a couple of years. So probably for a couple of years. So my bad. We might not see her back into a wrestling ring in a couple of years. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Moving on. Dr. Wagner defeats Lexis King. So match was okay. And then Ethan Page comes out because Wagner Jr. challenges him to a Day of the Dead match. And it's going to basically be anything goes at Halloween Havoc. So that should be fun there. Good stuff. Really good stuff. Moving on. Zarya wants to know why Sol Ruka has had her gear on. So Sol reminds Zarya that there's 20 women in the Battle Royal to determine JC Jane's challenger at NXT Halloween Havoc. Zarya asked Sol Ruka if she really needs another title. Zarya thought that Sol Ruka would be in her corner tonight. But never mind, she's going to take on Mariah May by herself. Okay, that's fine. Moving on. So this leads us into Santina Marella and Ava. They're backstage talking to Javon Evans and Leon Slater. Leon wants to know if there's any tag teams that they could face at Halloween Havoc. Ava says there's a triple threat number one contenders match coming up. So Stax and Ariana, they show up because they're a real-life couple, which is cool. Which is good. Stax says that Darkstate is the only reason Leon is still X Division champion. So Ariana then whispers something into Santino's ear, her pops, and asks Ava if his future son-in-law can fight Leon Slater for the X Division championship. Leon accepts the challenge, which is cool. So good stuff there. So then out of nowhere, we hear a loud commotion in the background. Then Ricky Sainz has been jumped by Trick Williams. So that was good. So then Ava tells Trick to leave. So good stuff there. So this thing is starting to get some heat on it, which is good. And again, this needs to be a feud. This needs to be something that lasts for the remainder of the year. And Oba Femi, he's been gone for like 3 weeks. So we don't know where he's at right now. Maybe he'll reappear at Halloween Havoc. I think that's what needs to happen. Have Ricky retain, obviously. And then you do the rematch between him and Oba. Have Oba show up at Halloween Havoc. To stare down Ricky or Trick. Whoever wins. Because we know it's going to be Ricky to win. Moving on. This leads us into, Mariah May defeating Zarya. So, Sol Ruka came out towards the end of the match to help out Zarya because Blake Monroe... I apologize. Mariah May brings in a steel chair. And so Sol Ruka, she grabs it away and stuff. The referee is talking to Sol Ruka and everything. This allows for Mariah to bring in a hair pick. She has it wrapped in her fist. She hits Zarya with it, and she connects with the Beauty Shot DDT, which is nice for the 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's cool. Good stuff there. Moving on, Ava informs us that there's going to be a men's championship tournament for the Speed Championship. It's going to be Jasper Troy, Zachary Wentz from TNA, Jasper Troy, Sean Legacy. So those 4 guys. So good stuff there, I guess. That should be fun. And the Speed Champion is El Grande Americano. So, okay, whatever. Next, this leads us into a no contest between Hank and Tank and Chase University and the Calling. They were all in this match. For whatever reason, the referee just rings the bell because OTM shows up and beats the shit out of Chase U and Hank and Tank. Why are we still using OTM? I thought OTM may have gotten quietly released. I'm not even going to hold you up with that one. I don't know why they are coming back to NXT, all right? They've had so many stop and start pushes. It's just time to move on from these guys. I mean, they did get a reaction and stuff from the crowd, which is fine. That's okay, but come on. Like, they've not done anything. Like, they've been gone for months. Literally, I thought they were released. I thought they may have gotten quietly released. I'm not going to hold you up. I'm serious with that one. Or maybe they were on Evolve. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm guessing maybe they were on Evolve. I don't know. I have to look into it. I'm not really going to, but it feels like I kind of have to look into it, but whatever. Moving on. This leads us into Sol Ruca. She's waiting outside the trainer's room. Zarya tells Sol that she'll be fine. Sol Ruca apologizes for not being in her corner tonight. Zarya tells Sol Ruca that she'll always have her back and that they'll always have their eyes on the women's tag team championships. Sol Ruca has already had 2 titles, but she wants Zarya to have her opportunity at championship gold. And then Sol just gives Zarya her spot in the women's battle royal. And then Sol Ruca hates to admit it, but Mariah May was right about her being greedy as of late. And Sol wants Zarya to have all the gold. She wants them to have all the gold. So now it's Zarya's turn. And then Zarya gives Sol Ruca a hug. Okay, whatever. That's cool, I guess. That's cool. Moving on. This leads us into Ava. She's backstage trying to calm down Ricky Saints. Trick Williams left the building. Ricky says that he's going to stand up to a smug son of a bitch named Trick Williams. Ava tells Ricky that he'll see Trick next week because he's going to have to keep his cool because they're going to have a contract signing for their match at Halloween Havoc. Okay, that's fine. There. Moving on. Darkstate. They jumped to Hardyz backstage. Whatever. It is what it is. Who gives a damn? Then the main event of the evening was the Battle Royal, Women's Battle Royal, which was won by one Tatum Paxley. So I was thinking that either Kalani Jordan or Jada Parker or Lash Legend or Lola Vice, they were going to win that, but it didn't happen. So there was a spot in the match where Mara Sade, a.k.a. Jakara Jackson, her and Lash was about to eliminate her, and they realized that they used to be sisters basically. But I think she ended up getting eliminated. So, and then so the final 3 came down to Jordynne Grace, Kendall Gray, Izzy Dame, and Tatum Paxley. Kendall Gray got a lot of eliminations in the match, and the crowd was really into her for whatever reason. I don't know why, but they were really pulling for her to win for whatever reason. And then when she got out, they were pissed. I'm like, what the hell? What the fuck's going on? But anyway, the final 3 comes down to Jordynne Grace, Tatum Paxley, and Izzy Dame. So, Izzy Dame and Jordan, they try to work together to get rid of Tatum Paxley, but Tatum Paxley ends up eliminating both of them, and Jordynne Grace was pissed. So, Fatal Influence, they come out, they have a little stare down with her, and then Tatum Paxley celebrates with Lyra Valkyria, and that was it. Okay. Also, Lash Legend eliminated Jada Parker. And then Jada Parker beat up Zaya Brookside from TNA. So maybe that could lead to something, maybe. I don't know. So, this is fine. But like I say, NXT was pretty good for the most part. Pretty good. Tatum Paxley winning here makes the right... seems like it's the right choice. It seems like to me they're going to pick her. They're going to give the title to Jordynne Grace. But it'll probably be next year. So... that's what they're probably going to end up doing. They're probably going to give the title to Jordynne Grace. They're going to still build her up. They could send her to TNA for a while to work with Kalani Jordan. That's a possibility. But you still have a lot of talent in NXT, in the NXT Women's division. So, either Jordynne Grace or Kalani Jordan is going to be the one to take the title off of JC Jane. It's probably going to end up going to Jordynne Grace, though, right? But Jordynne Grace's total work rate, though. So, I don't know. But that was NXT. Really good stuff there. All right, let's get into the releases. So, we had 14 releases. They happened on Friday, and it was 14 people who got released. The most notable names of all the bunch was Wes Lee. So he got released. Then Lance Anoa'i, he got released as well, the cousin of Roman Reigns. Stevie Turner, who used to work for Evolve, she got released. Kyrie Ray, Zeta Steele, she wasn't going to renew her contract. BJ Ray got released, which is crazy. Hayes Jamison, he got released. Summer Sorrell got released. Draco Knox got released. Gentala got released. And Jamar Hamilton and Zara Zacher got released as well. So all these people are basically, most of these people are Evolve talent with a couple of NXT talent mixed in as well. Wesley, he'll probably go back to TNA more than likely, so we'll see him. We should see him in November. I don't see him going to AEW. Lance Anoa'i, I have no idea where he's going to go. Kylie Ray, don't know. She's pregnant, so she's not going to go anywhere for a while. Zeta Steele, she needs to go to TNA or AEW, mainly TNA. BJ Ray, he already wants to kind of go to AEW. He's kind of been talking about it on Twitter, so we'll see how that plays out. And the rest, I could see them probably either going to TNA or AEW. I don't know. But I could definitely see Stevie Turner going to TNA, though. I really could see her going there. But Wesley's definitely going to go back to TNA for sure. I doubt if he'll go to AEW. There's no need for him to go to AEW. What would he do? What would he do when half the roster basically wrestles like Wesley? I don't know. But all in all, NXT was okay. It was pretty good. And the releases, it is what it is. I'm pretty sure some of them will probably go to TNA. Some of them will go to other indies. But Wesley, a definite give-in to go back to TNA. But I don't know. But what did you guys think about NXT? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.